The white sticker sat noticeably off-center on the tray. Maya Ellison noticed it the moment before the tray left the cart, resting crooked on the plastic lid that had been pressed down over the cream catering label in the upper right corner. One edge had lifted slightly from the cold surface, and beneath it, a thin line of black print showed through. Maya held the tray with both hands and glanced at the service list clipped inside the cart door. Seat 4A, Lila Monroe. Herb-crusted salmon with saffron rice. The list was clean. No shortage mark, no substitution note, no allergy change. Carolyn Reed reached past her and took the tray. "I have 4A, Carolyn said. Maya let go. Westbridge Air Flight 608 had leveled off. The business cabin lights were low, yet the meal cart shone brightly beneath the galley strip light. Small bowls stood in straight rows. Butter packets were stacked in a silver cup. The trash drawer was already lined with a clear bag. Carolyn began service from row 1. At seat 2C, Derek Cole received his braised short rib. Carolyn spoke his name, set the tray down squarely on the armrest, and lifted the foil halfway so he could see the entree. "Still warm, Mr. Cole." Derek smiled and moved his tablet aside. Across the aisle, the woman in 3C received seafood with rice noodles. Her sticker matched the service card tucked beside her glass. Carolyn checked it once, then placed the tray without further comment. Maya followed with water, watching every lid, every label, every passenger's name. Then Carolyn stopped at seat 4A. Lila Monroe looked up from a folder with a pale blue tab. She wore a simple black sweater and narrow reading glasses. A conference badge rested inside the folder, clipped to a printed agenda. She had folded the corner of one page where a panel title was circled in pen. Carolyn placed the tray in front of her. "Light option for you tonight." Lila studied the tray. A salad cup, fruit, a roll without butter, a small dish covered in clear film. It was not salmon. She did not move the fork. She did not open the napkin. "I pre-ordered the salmon," she said. Carolyn kept one hand on the cart handle. "We made an adjustment for balance. This will be a lighter option." Lila looked at the white sticker on the lid. "Why is that label covered?" Carolyn's fingers moved to the corner of the tray, close enough to hold it in place. Maya stood at the galley curtain with a water bottle in her left hand. From there, she could see the lifted edge of the white sticker. The black print underneath had not disappeared. It had only been covered. Lila touched the side of the tray, not the food. "Was my entree unavailable?" "It is not a question of unavailable," Carolyn said. "It is a cabin service adjustment." Derek Cole lowered his fork. "They had mine right," he said, not loudly. "I changed my request yesterday." Carolyn turned just enough to answer him with a service smile. "We had enough of that selection, Mr. Cole." Lila looked from Derek's tray to her own. His entree had a printed label, a foil lid, and a sauce cup still sealed. Hers had a white sticker and a salad cup. "Then please record that I was served a light option after a confirmed premium pre-order," Lila said. Carolyn lifted the service tablet from the top shelf of the cart. Her thumb moved through the meal screen faster than Maya expected. Maya took one step closer with the water bottle. On the tablet, the passenger line opened. Monroe, L, seat 4A. Carolyn tapped the meal exception field. Passenger accepted lighter meal. Lila looked at the screen before Carolyn angled it away. "I have not accepted it," she said. Carolyn's hand stayed on the tablet. "It means accepted for service flow. The tray is still sealed." Lila pointed to the plastic film over the salad cup, then to the unopened napkin beside the plate. Carolyn did not change the field. She pressed save. The tablet gave a small confirmation tone. Maya heard it from the galley curtain. She looked back at the cart drawer, where a strip of white sticker backing lay beside a packet of stir sticks. The backing carried a small roll code printed in gray. Lila placed both hands in her lap and left the tray untouched. The white sticker stayed crooked on the lid. The old label remained underneath it. The tablet now claimed she had accepted what she had not opened. If the tray was still sealed, why did the service record already say Lila Monroe had accepted the lighter meal? The salad cup stayed sealed. Lila Monroe left the tray exactly where Carolyn Reed had placed it, centered on the side table at seat 4A. The clear film over the fruit bowl showed no fork mark. The roll sat in its paper sleeve. The white sticker on the lid remained crooked, one lifted edge revealing a strip of the label beneath. Maya Ellison returned to the galley with the water bottle still half full. In the cart drawer, besides stir sticks and 2 wrapped lemon wedges, the sticker backing lay curled against the metal wall. Maya picked it up by one corner. The paper was thin and slick. A gray roll code ran along the edge. She set it inside an empty service cup instead of dropping it in the trash. Carolyn came back through the curtain. "Keep service moving." Maya looked at the service list clipped inside the cart door. 4A was still listed as salmon, no substitution mark. Carolyn took the list from the clip, glanced at it for less than a second, and put it back upside down. The cabin is adjusted during service. The original tray label is still under the sticker. Carolyn closed the cart drawer with 2 fingers. "Do not peel labels in the aisle." Maya did not answer. She placed the service cup with the backing strip on the galley counter behind the coffee pot, where it would not slide. At 4A, Lila had opened her folder again, but she was not reading. Her hands rested on either side of the tray. Derek Cole, across the aisle, had stopped cutting his short rib and was wiping the edge of his plate with a napkin. Carolyn returned with the tablet. "Ms. Monroe," she said, "we can review this after meal service." Lila looked at the white sticker. "I am asking before the meal is opened. That is why I offered the light option." "You offered it after covering the label," Lila said. Carolyn's thumb moved across the tablet screen. "You may decline it." "I am not declining dinner," Lila said. "I am declining a false record." The sentence was quiet enough that only the nearby rows heard it. A man in 5C lifted his glass and then set it back down without drinking. Someone behind the curtain dropped a spoon into a bin. Carolyn opened the meal exception field again. "Meal declined after alternate offered." Lila leaned just enough to see the line. "The alternate was not explained," she said. "The original label was covered." Carolyn kept her thumb near save. "This is how meal service is documented." Derek Cole placed his fork on his tray. She asked before she touched it. Carolyn turned toward him with the tablet still in her hand. "Mr. Cole, I have your service completed." "My service is not the issue." Carolyn's service smile stayed in place, but her hand tightened on the tablet case. Elena Vargas, the purser, appeared at the forward curtain with a small paper service log tucked under her arm. She had heard her name called once from the galley and had come before Carolyn could finish the row. "What is the meal issue?" Carolyn answered first. 4A declined the lighter option after an adjustment. Lila kept the tray in place. "I have not declined a meal. I asked why my confirmed pre-order was relabeled." Elena looked at the tray, then at the unopened salad cup, then at the white sticker. "Was there a catering shortage?" Carolyn said, "Service adjustment." "That is not a shortage." Maya came forward with a service cup in her hand. The sticker backing strip sat inside it, curved like a thin ribbon. "I found this in the cart drawer," Maya said. "It matches the white sticker." Carolyn looked at the cup. "Training labels get left in drawers." Maya did not move the cup closer to Carolyn. She handed it to Elena. Elena read the roll code on the backing strip, then opened the paper service log and checked the handoff page. 4A, Monroe L, herb-crusted salmon with saffron rice loaded, no shortage mark, no cabin substitution. Elena looked toward the galley phone. "Call catering operations." Carolyn stepped half a pace toward the cart. "We do not need to hold service over one tray." Lila touched the edge of the lid. "Please do not remove it until the original label is read." Elena nodded once. "Leave the tray sealed." Maya used the galley handset and gave the flight number to catering operations. Javier Soto came on the line after a brief hold, his voice small through the receiver. 4A salmon was loaded and sealed, Javier said. "No light substitution recorded on handoff." Elena repeated it into the paper log. Carolyn looked at the tray. "Then catering may have mislabeled it." Maya pointed to the lifted edge. "The catering label is underneath." Elena took a clean plastic stir from the galley packet and lifted only the corner of the white sticker, not enough to remove it, just enough to read the name and meal beneath. Monroe, L, herb-crusted salmon. The print was there, covered, not wrong. Elena closed the sticker back down and called Patricia Kane, the cabin manager. Patricia arrived from the aft business galley with a small clear pouch used for broken seal tags, and irregular service items. She did not ask who felt offended. She asked what had been changed. Elena handed her the service log. Maya handed her the backing strip in the cup. Lila kept the tray sealed. Carolyn still held the tablet. Patricia looked at the screen. "Why does the note say meal declined?" Lila answered before Carolyn could. Because I asked why my name was covered. Patricia opened the pouch. Put the backing strip inside. The sticker stays on the tray until service audit reads it. Maya dropped the strip into the clear plastic pouch. Patricia sealed it. The sticker had covered the right name, the right seat, and the right entree. So what else in the cabin record had been covered with cleaner wording? The clear pouch lay under the desk lamp at the cabin operations counter. Inside it, the white sticker had curled at one corner. The backing strip sat behind it, gray roll code facing up. Patricia Kane had added a photo from the galley tablet before anyone left the aircraft. The lifted sticker corner, the name underneath, the entree line still readable. Lila Monroe stood on the public side of the counter with her laptop bag beside her shoe. She had not asked to follow the crew into operations. Patricia had asked her to wait near the service desk because the note in the tablet still had to be corrected before the flight closed. Carolyn Reed stood 2 steps behind the cart training rack, arms down, tablet in one hand. Maya Ellison stood near the printer with the paper service log. Elena Vargas had the catering handoff sheet clipped to a board. Victor Lang, the service auditor, opened the pouch without touching the sticker adhesive. He used tweezers from a small inspection kit and lifted the backing strip first. He read the roll code, then opened a drawer in the training cart and pulled out a sleeve of white manual labels. The same gray code appeared along the edge. Victor placed the backing strip beside the sleeve. "This is cabin stock," he said. Carolyn looked toward the catering sheet. "Catering may still have mislabeled the tray." Elena turned the board around. 4A Monroe L. Salmon loaded sealed. Javier Soto's catering confirmation was printed beneath the handoff line. No substitution, no shortage, no light option. Victor opened the photo on Patricia's tablet and zoomed once. The white sticker covered the label, but the label had not been wrong. It had been covered. He looked at Carolyn. "Who applied the manual sticker?" Carolyn's hand tightened around the tablet case. "I adjusted the presentation during service." "Who applied it?" A boarding announcement sounded through the operations hallway for another flight. The printer beside Maya clicked once and went still. "I did," Carolyn said. Victor wrote that on a service irregularity form. Maya placed the untouched light tray record beside the pouch. The salad was still sealed when Miss Monroe asked for the original label to be read. Derek Cole's witness line was clipped behind it. He had written one sentence before leaving the jet bridge. "Passenger asked before opening tray." Victor read it and said it with the stack. Then he opened the service tablet history. "Passenger accepted lighter meal. Meal declined after alternate offered." 2 lines, both wrong in different ways. Lila looked at the screen. "Neither line says my confirmed tray was relabeled." Patricia nodded to Victor. "Supersede both." Carolyn shifted her weight. The lighter meal was available and appropriate for service. Lila did not look at her. "Appropriate for whom?" The question stayed on the counter with the pouch and the handoff sheet. Victor typed into the final note field, "Confirm premium pre-order, relabeled in cabin using manual sticker. Passenger did not accept lighter meal. Passenger did not decline original meal. Catering loaded correct tray. Manual sticker override applied without passenger confirmation." He pressed save. The tablet displayed a small box. Final service note updated, then another line appeared below it. Prior meal notes superseded. Lila read the second line before she picked up the printed copy. Patricia slid toward her. Victor opened Carolyn's crew service permissions. The screen listed meal lead, manual label authorization, premium cabin exception entry, and post-service meal correction. He selected manual label authorization, disabled for meal class changes. Then he selected premium cabin exception entry, purser approval required. The tablet refreshed, and Carolyn saw the new status. So did Maya. So did Elena. Patricia took Carolyn's service tablet. "You are removed from senior meal lead pending review. You will not close premium meal exceptions on this route until retraining is complete." Carolyn's lips parted, then closed. She placed her crew pen on the counter beside the tablet. The pen rolled once and stopped against the pouch. Victor opened the route memo. "Effective immediately, manual stickers may not change meal class. Premium pre-order exceptions require manifest match, passenger confirmation, and purser code before tray leaves cart." He printed the memo. The printer pulled the paper through slowly, line by line. Maya tore it off and handed it to Patricia. Victor added one more instruction to the route audit sheet. "All premium meal class changes on this route require label review." He boxed the line in blue ink and clipped it above Carolyn's service irregularity form. That part mattered. The correction was no longer only about Lila's tray. It reached backward into the same route, The same carts, the same label pack. Lila received 3 documents: the corrected service note, the incident number, and a meal component refund receipt. Patricia also attached the finding to Lila's passenger file before closing the flight service record. Lila looked at the incident number, then at the pouch. "Keep the sticker with the training file," she said, "not just the memo." Victor placed the pouch in the front slot of the cart training rack. A laminated card was clipped below it. "Manual stickers cannot change meal class." He added a second line by hand. "Read the covered label before changing the record." The white sticker that had covered Lila's name now sat where every new crew member could see it. It covered nothing. Lila folded the corrected note and put it into her laptop bag. She did not look back when she left the operations counter. If one sticker could cover a name, a seat, and a confirmed entree, how many clean records had started with someone deciding not to read what was underneath? This is a fictional story created for storytelling purposes.